much, I'm gonna preface by just asking a quick audience question. I can't see very well because I had to swap out my glasses for sunglasses, but how many of you believe in ghosts? One round of applause. Okay, sweet. Well, ghosts are real, and it's actually not even very supernatural or very complicated. So I'm just gonna explain what that is real quick, and then I'm gonna read you some ghost stories. So there are at least two different types of time. There's what we could call phenomenological time, or maybe intimate time. It's the time that we normally experience, the time that we spend with others. And then there's objective time, or like mathematical or clock time. And so that first type of time is conditioned by the people that are around us, the people we love, the people who form, important fixtures in our lives. And so when those people disappear for any reason, either death or some other thing that brings them apart, we're kind of left in that void where once we experienced intimate time, we're left with the more alienated kind of clock time, the second one. And that's a pretty disorienting and pretty uncomfortable experience most of the time. And so that's all that a ghost is. That's it. It doesn't have to be anything else. So each one of these prose poems, so it's organized according to seasons. I'm going to be reading 3 poems from autumn, and then I'm going to finish up with a poem from winter. So each one of these is addressed to a different ghost. This first one is called Second Story Scarecrow. There is an aging car battery wired to your circulatory system. A bell in the tower of an abandoned church, where an old murder sits on the hood of a rusted-out pickup truck, and a pair of phantom hands performs electrical work through a broken window. Manufactured in a plant that produces tenderness, weariness, sulfuric acid. When the ignition key is turned, the bell rings louder than a rap against the non-existent door to your non-existent chamber, the portal between emptiness and the space within, where I wish my rap had been the louder song. And I'm going to skip this next line because it contains some expletives. When the bell rings, the headlights activate, a pair of fiery bolts beneath a barley crown, an assemblage turning upon a denim jacket stuffed with grass and supported by stilts, a scarecrow who would rather be a jack-o'-lantern. When the headlights activate, the murderer flees the scene, departs in a flutter through the church scaffolding to return nevermore. A sepulchre for dark clothes, malty ale, and Stygian dreams. This next one, also addressed to a ghost. It's in the first person though, so don't be confused by that. It's a point where I'm going to skip one of the lines for reasons of keeping the age rating appropriate. So this one is called I Am Going. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to find a better job. I'm going to write the great American novel. I'm going to write. I'm going to tell my parents I love them more often. I'm going to isolate myself from everyone I have ever cared about. I'm going to take a walk through the cemetery at 2 a.m. I'm going to drink less alcohol and eat a balanced diet. I'm going to traverse the cemetery grounds from one end to the other. I'm going to stop missing the recycling truck. I'm going to read every single headstone along the way. I'm going to New York someday. I'm going to learn all of their names. I'm going from the cemetery to the riverbank. I'm going on an adventure. I'm going to drink 3 beers while I stare at the gas station lights reflecting off the river's surface from the opposite bank. I'm going to rob a bank. I'm going to use the money to pay off my family's debts and hire a literary agent. I'm going to write a movie. I'm going to find a better apartment and move in. I'm going to drive myself mad. I'm going to drive myself off a road going 90 miles per hour. I'm going to replace that flat tire and broken taillight. I'm going to drink 5 beers while I continue to stare at the lights. I'm going somewhere someday. I'm going where the ghosts of my friends and family are. I'm going to find out if the earth is warmer than the stars. I'm going to run away. I'm going to run through the local trails every morning. I'm going to ride my bike every afternoon. I'm going to use the money to buy health insurance in case I crash my bike again. I'm going to insure my body against facticity. I'm going to live in a city. I'm going to live in a high-rise apartment building. I'm going to fly over the edge. I'm going to experience my transcendence. I'm going to sleep. I'm going, gone.